Welcome to this Hope to Go. Today I want to talk to you about trusting God in tough times. You know, the Bible teaches that everyone will experience trials in this life. But if we trust God, God will carry us through the tough times to victory. I want to give you some Hope to Go truth about trusting God and the truth about tough times. First truth, tough times come to motivate us. 2 Corinthians 4:8 says, "We are hard pressed on every side, but we still have room to move. We are often in much trouble, but we never give up. People make it hard for us, but we are not left alone. We're knocked down, but we are not destroyed. We carry the marks on our bodies that show the death of Jesus. This is how Jesus makes his life seen in our bodies." You know, sometimes God must light a fire under you to get you moving. Difficulty oftentimes points us in a new direction, and it motivates us to change. Is God trying to get your attention through some tough times right now? The world and comfort deceive us, but after a serious bout with adversity, we don't usually care as much about what people think, and our pride is plowed and our ego is demolished. The world loses its value, and our cravings for sin lose their taste. God could have kept Daniel out of the lion's den, but he saw the lion's den as a greater testimony. Paul and Silas, he could have kept them out of prison. The Hebrew boys out of the fiery furnace. But often when bad news comes, it causes a renewed interest in a personal relationship with Jesus and his church. So tough times motivate us. And second, tough times come to refine us. Romans 5:3, Paul the Apostle said, "We are glad for our trouble also." Wow, that's hard to say, but you got to be mature to hear this one. We know that trouble helps us learn not to give up. When we have to learn not to give up, it shows that we have stood the test. And when we have stood the test, it gives us hope. Difficulties, when reacted to biblically, build our character. Is God building character in you? God is far more interested in your character than your comfort. Your relationship to God and your character are the only two things that you're going to take with you into eternity. For God to make manifest the fact that he gives songs in the night, he must first make the night. It's not the burdens of life that weigh us down, it's how we handle them. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, and they shall mount up on wings as eagles, and they shall run and not grow weary, and they shall walk and not faint." God is at work in your life, even when you don't recognize it or understand it. Someone has said it really well, "For God has marked each sorrowing day and numbered every secret tear, and heaven's long age of bliss shall pay for all his children suffer here." Those who go through fire or water should remember it's God's way of refining and cleansing you for your good and for his glory. Trouble is simply the factory God is using to manufacture the right type of product in our lives. Finally, tough times come to promote us. Genesis 50:20, it says, "But as for you, you thought it for evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring to pass as it is today to save much people alive." Like a surge protector, a problem can be a blessing in disguise if it prevents you from being harmed by something more serious. I read the story about a woman who was fired for refusing to do something unethical that her boss was asking her to do. And she was out of a job, but it saved her from being convicted and sent to prison. A year later, when the truth surfaced, she was protected. God is the only true surge protector. Hindsight in the kingdom of God is not 20/20, it's 50/20. But as for you, you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good, to bring to pass as it is today to save much people. Tough times submitted to God leads to promotion, and that's your hope to go.